For 2.5 million years, the Earth's climate has fluctuated, cycling from ice ages to warmer periods. But in the last century, the planet's temperature has risen unusually fast, about 1.2 to 1.4 degrees Fahrenheit. Scientists believe it's human activity that's driving the temperatures up, a process known as global warming. Ever since the Industrial Revolution began, factories, power plants, and eventually cars have burned fossil fuels such as oil and coal, releasing huge amounts of carbon dioxide and other gases into the atmosphere. These greenhouse gases trap heat near the Earth through a naturally occurring process called the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect begins with the sun and the energy it radiates to the Earth. The Earth and the atmosphere absorb some of this energy, while the rest is radiated back into space. Naturally occurring gases in the atmosphere trap some of this energy and reflect it back, warming the Earth. Scientists now believe that the greenhouse effect is being intensified by the extra greenhouse gases that humans have released. Evidence for global warming includes a recent string of very warm years. Scientists report that 1998 was the warmest year in measured history, with 2005 coming in second. Meanwhile, readings taken from ice cores show that the greenhouse gases carbon dioxide and methane have hit their highest levels in the past 420,000 years. Arctic sea ice is also shrinking. According to NASA studies, the extent of Arctic sea ice has declined about 10% in the last 30 years. As long as industrialized nations consume energy and developing countries increase their fossil fuel consumption, the concentration of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere will continue to rise. Researchers predict that temperatures will increase about 2 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of the century. What's less certain is what rising temperatures mean for the planet. Some climate models predict subtle changes. Others forecast rising sea levels which could flood coastal areas around the world. Weather patterns could change, making hurricanes more frequent. Severe droughts could become more common in warm areas, and species unable to adapt to the changing conditions would face extinction.
I think global warming is going to cause a conflict between nations. I think absolutely. I don't know all the answers as to why we've got global warming, but there's no ambiguity that we have it, and it looks like it's going to continue. And that's going to put a lot of strain on resources. And so, yes, countries fight for their own right to get what resources they need, whether it's water, whether it's land, whether it's fish. Yeah, it's a big issue. There isn't a bigger issue out there at the moment, I don't think.
One. I don't know anything about it, sorry.
I believe global warming is affecting every part of the world, just like in Africa. There's no water right now and everybody's fighting for water.
Since 2003, the Sudanese government, led by dictator Omar al-Bashir, has undergone a policy of genocide in the western region of Darfur.
I don't even know where to start.
Arming Arab Janjaweed militia to fight against rebel forces, they begin targeting civilians and specific ethnic groups, exterminating men, women, and children, and destroying their villages, holding the people in terror and submission.
Today, America speaks anew to the peoples of the world. All who live in tyranny and hopelessness can know the United States will not ignore your oppression or excuse your oppressors. When you stand for your liberty, we will stand with you.
Since then, nothing tangible has been done. Our government has sent money, but it has yet to yield any effects. People are still being killed and displaced at an alarming rate. More recently, Bush threatened al-Bashir and the Sudanese government with various sanctions and a no-fly zone. Meanwhile, the people of Darfur are dying, with millions nearly starving to death in refugee camps. Are these political threats enough?
Génesis 47:6 nos dice así: La tierra de Egipto delante de ti está, y lo mejor de la tierra haz habitar a tu padre, a tus hermanos. La tierra de José, ni si entiendes que hay entre ellos hombres eficaces, ponlos por mayorales del ganado mío. El que está hablando ahí es el faraón de Egipto, el cual, por la amistad que hay con José y el problema que está sufriendo la nación judía de la sequía, lo invita a que supla la necesidad de ser ellos los que cuidan el ganado y que sean pastores, cosa que el pueblo egipcio para ellos era un pueblo guerrero. Ellos no querían cuidar vacas ni ovejas, y el pueblo judío era una labor de honra. Entonces suple la necesidad del pueblo egipcio con el talento del pueblo judío. En la actualidad podemos ver el caso del gobierno de Canadá, que invita a poblar a mexicanos a su país para suplir una necesidad. Es lo mismo que debe de suceder en el África. Ver el talento, ver las características de ese pueblo para suplir en otra nación, que sean beneficiadas ambas partes.